Welcome to the Veterans Gaming Podcast. This is Kevin, and today we are going to be go to match day 10 of the Barclays Premier League season. A lot of the games from match day 10, excuse me, have already been played, and so the Premier League table is going absolutely topsy turvy because of the loss by Arsenal yesterday against Newcastle, and even in an even bigger upset, Bournemouth were able to beat the four-time defending champions, Manchester City. Brighton were beating Liverpool earlier, but Liverpool come back and they win 2-1 yesterday. So as the standings are for the Premier League table, Liverpool is on top with 25 points after 10 matches. Manchester City sit in second with 23 points. And one of the big surprises of the season, Nottingham Forest, the only team that has beaten Liverpool this year with their manager Nuno Espiritu Santo, they are sitting in third with 19 points, depending on today's results. Arsenal, who had a big loss and were unable to take advantage of the loss by Manchester City. Unfortunately for Arsenal, they sit in fourth with 18 points. And then one of today's participants, Aston Villa, they sit currently in fifth with 18 points. They will move up to third if they are able to beat Tottenham today at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham Hotspur right now are sitting in 10th with 13 points. With that being said, if they are able to get a win today against Aston Villa, they could possibly move up even into seventh place. So that's what we're looking at here. The match is going to start in about another 10 to 12 minutes. Before we go to the match, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the starting lineups for these two teams. First, Tottenham, they will be playing in the 4-3-3 formation. Starting at goalkeeper is going to be Guillermo Vicario. Then at us, the two center backs are going to be Radu Dragosin, who will be starting in place of Mickey van der Ven, who picked up an injury in the loss to Crystal Palace. Mickey van der Ven, as good as a central defender as you will get in the Barclays Premier League, but he is always injured. And one more time, he is injured pretty much at the same time of year that he always gets hurt. So that'll be the center back pairing. The left back will be Destiny Udogi. The right back will be Pedro Porro. Like I mentioned, the Tottenham Hotspur team will have a three-man midfield of Rodrigo Betancourt. He will be in the middle. We're going to have Dejan Kulusevski on the right side. And then we're going to have Pepe Matarsar. He will be on the left side of the three-man midfield. And then the three forwards on the left is going to be the captain, Song Heung-min. In the middle is going to be Dominic Solanke. And then on the right-hand side is going to be Brennan Johnson. For Aston Villa, who are coached by Unai Emery, the former Arsenal manager, the visiting team will be in the 4-2-3-1 formation. Their goalkeeper, obviously the Emiliano Martinez, the Argentine goalkeeper, who made maybe the greatest save in the history of the World Cup in the finals towards the end of that 3-3 match. Made a save in the final minute of the game. And then Argentina ended up winning the World Cup final against France on penalties. The center back formation, the usual center back combination, it's going to be Pau Torres and Ezri Kamza. The left back is going to be Lucas Digne. The right back will be Matty Cash. They will have a two-man midfield of Ure Tillemans and Amadou Onana. Amadou Onana, who arrived from Everton after last season, he has been a really solid defensive midfielder for Aston Villa. And then you're going to have the other three, the three forwards are going to be, excuse me, you're going to have Jacob Ramsey on the left. You're going to have, um, excuse me, we got having a little technical issue here. We're going to have Morgan Rogers in the middle. Then you're going to have John McGinn. And then Ollie Watkins will be the lone man up front. So again, Aston Villa is going to be playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Usually they tend to play in the 4-4-2, but for this matchup, they're going to change things up a little bit. For Tottenham Hotspur, who are sitting in 10th, they're kind of having a bit of a disappointing season. so far in the Barclays Premier League. No big pressure on Andrew Postecoglou in his second season, but he has been saying that he wins trophies in his second season. Right now, they are sitting 12 points off league leaders Liverpool. So they got to start kicking it in high gear. The way Liverpool is playing, they're looking unstoppable right now. Obviously, other than that loss a few weeks ago to Nottingham Forest, but Nottingham Forest have been showing that victory against Liverpool is no fluke. They went out there yesterday and they blew the doors off of West Ham 3-0 in a rather easy win. So props to Nuno Espirito Santo, who in previous coaching jobs in the Barclays Premier League, he had coached Wolves and he had also uh, been the manager of Tottenham Hotspur and didn't have a lot of success with Tottenham and was unceremoniously let go. But since taking over for the Tricky Trees, I believe he started in December of 2023. They were sitting 19th in the Premier League at that particular time. He was able to keep them above relegation the rest of the season, and now 10 games into the season, who would have thought? But Nottingham Forest right now are sitting in third in the Barclays Premier League. So we've got a few minutes before kickoff. Thank you for watching the Veterans Gaming Podcast. I am Kevin, United States Navy veteran, United States Army veteran, and Iraq War veteran. Hence the name Veterans Gaming Podcast. I've been doing some video games here and there throughout the last year, but I decided to kind of branch out and I decided to start calling NFL games and also Barclays Premier League soccer games. And it, quite frankly, it hasn't been as hard as I thought it would be. It's been actually a rather easy experience. For those of you that have watched me before, you all know I've been a New York Jets fan for over 40 years. I chose not to do a podcast for the Jets versus Texans game because, the Jets are being the Jets. And of course, the New York Jets being the New York Jets, they win a game against the Houston Texans that realistically they weren't supposed to win. So they are that's the Jets for you. I'm not sure if I'll do a Arizona Cardinals New York Jets game next Sunday. I'm gonna have to check the schedule and see. But I will definitely be doing next week's, I believe, Liverpool versus Chelsea on, and that'll be on November the 10th. Let me double check that real quick because I don't want to. I might I might do the Liverpool Aston Villa game Saturday. That's a fantastic matchup right there. And then excuse me, Chelsea versus Arsenal. So for sure I'll be doing Chelsea versus Arsenal next Sunday on the 10th. Again, I might do the Liverpool Aston Villa game on Saturday, and then I'll check to see, depending on the television schedule where I live, see if I'll do the Jets versus Arizona Cardinals. But for now, again, thank you everybody that's been watching. Thank you everybody that's watched this channel and this podcast grow, especially as I'm starting to do NFL and a Barclays Premier League podcast. The views have really been jumping, especially on YouTube and on X, on Twitter. So thank you very much. Thank you everybody that's watching on Facebook Live as well this morning. If you want to come in and chat and say hello and ask me how I'm doing out here, hey, feel free to join. Feel free to join the podcast. I'd love to chat with you, especially if you're a Barclays Premier League soccer fan this morning. We're going to have a double header today. It's going to be this game, Aston Villa versus Tottenham. And then later on, it's going to be Manchester United versus Chelsea. So I'm going to be here for a hot while. So go ahead, get on the chat on Facebook or on Twitter or, excuse me, or on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Veterans Gaming Podcast. If you want to chat with me on X, my Twitter handle is Veterans Gaming 7. So, Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa. The game is about to start in about 5 minutes. I've already given you guys the starting lineup, so it's just a matter of like we used to say in the army, we just got to hurry up and wait. And all my army veterans out there watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, we got formation in the motor pool in 5 minutes, so you go to the motor pool and you're thinking, okay, let's see what the first sergeant has to say. Freaking 4 or 5 hours later, here comes the first sergeant. By that time, you're like, man, I could have done this, I could have done this, I could have done this, I could have done this. That's that's army that's army life for you. Thank you to everybody that's watching me on YouTube. Man, that's a lot of views, and I've only been on for about what 10 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, keep the views coming. Keep the views coming. Wow, I might end up setting a new record before even the first 10 minutes of the match. So I'm not, hey, no complaints here. But anybody that's watching me on YouTube, please feel free to get in the chat. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this Tottenham versus Aston Villa matchup. What do you think of Tottenham Hotspur starting off eighth in the Premier League? I know a lot of the Tottenham Hotspur fans out there, they probably expected Tottenham to be basically where Nottingham Forest is right now, no worse than third place. But we'll see what happens. Still a long ways to go in the Barclays Premier League season. I've been online. I've already heard some rumblings from some Tottenham Hotspur fans that they might want to get rid of Ange Postecoglou, who I think has been doing a very good job in his first year and a half. They do play an exciting style, an exciting brand of soccer, so I'll give you that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, the teams are already lined up in the tunnel, and they're about to head onto the pitch. And the Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa match is about to start here in another 3 to 4 minutes. Hopefully, it'll be a great matchup. Quite frankly, all of the games that I've called up until this point have been pretty good ones. I'd probably say the worst one was probably the Ipswich Town Aston Villa match, and quite frankly, that match wasn't even that bad. Last week I did the Liverpool Chelsea one. That ended up being a good one, a very good one. So thankfully, I haven't had a match to call that's been one of those snooze fests that's putting me to sleep here, calling the game, and putting my listeners to sleep. So hallelujah to that. I'm grateful, very grateful for that. And hopefully this Tottenham Aston Villa match does not disappoint. Man, the best one though was the very first one I did. That Manchester City Arsenal one. John Stones with the goal in the last 30 seconds of the match to save the points for Man City. Arsenal, what resiliency. They were down to 10 men after 45 minutes, and they held on and they held on and they held and they held and they held. But Manchester City was able to get a goal in the last 30 seconds of the game to secure a 2-2 tie. That match right there, and that's going to go down as an all-time Premier League classic. And that was back in match day 5. Unfortunately for Arsenal and Manchester City, both of them, like I said earlier, they both lost yesterday. Liverpool chugging right along, showed a lot of resilience coming back from 1-0 against a very, very good Brighton team. So Liverpool win 2-1 yesterday. And so now Liverpool are top of the Premier League table again with 23 points. We've had some teams here that have been kind of surprise packages. Um, First of all, Tottenham and Manchester United, obviously, there's some big disappointments, along with Newcastle. Newcastle sitting in ninth, Tottenham Hotspur sitting in 10th, and then Manchester United sitting in 13th. But they will play next against Chelsea. Chelsea's kind of been a surprise side as well with their new manager, Enzo Maresca, and their star player, Cole Palmer. We will be seeing them in my next matchup a little later on today against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Cole Palmer, man, that guy's nice, bro. He's nice. That dude's a beast. He's a superstar. All right, there's the two managers, Ange Postecoglou and Unai Emery, exchanging pleasantries, exchanging handshakes. The two captains, McGinn and Son, both wear number 7, ironically. And so kickoff is about to begin. Again, before we go into that, Nottingham Forest, a surprise team right now sitting in third. And then you have Brighton, who are sitting in seventh despite losing to Liverpool. They've been a really good side. And then the Cherries, AFC Bournemouth, sitting in eighth. In the after losing, I believe they lost to Crystal Palace. They beat Arsenal. They tied against Aston Villa, and then yesterday they beat Manchester City, the defending champion. So you've got to give credit to Bournemouth. All right, kickoff is about to begin. Match day 10 of the Barclays Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Match starts. Aston Villa starts out with the ball. Konza to Emi Martinez. Tottenham applying early gegenpress pressure. And that ball goes out of bounds. And it will be a throw in for Aston Villa. Okay, Udogie with the ball. And now Tottenham Hotspur will start their build-up play. There's Romero, the center back. That was a nice that was a nice pass. And that's their son, the captain, to Dragusin, to Sar, back to Dragusin. We are 1 minute into this matchup. Dragusin again playing for the injured Mickey Van de Ven. Aston Villa looks like they're content to stay back. They look like they're playing a 4-4-2 without the ball. There's McGinn winning the header, but Udogie gets it to Son, to Pape Sarr on the left, being defended by Konsa. Villa wins the ball back, but then loses it. There's Betancourt to Pape Sarr. Son on the left wing. He's got 3 players against him. He loses the ball, loses it to Lucas Digne. There's McGinn, the captain. Aston Villa attacking on the left. Oh, what a move there. What a move by Ramsey. Villa with the ball back. McGinn to Mason Rogers. Rogers with the shot well over the bar. And it'll be a goal kick for Tottenham Hotspur. There's a look at Mickey Van de Ven. Great player, but always seems to get hurt. That's been his only issue. Villa get the ball back. Onana with the back pass to Pau Torres, to Tillemans, to Ramsey. Ramsey loses the ball, but Villa get it back. Digne, cross. Oh, almost. Oh, Tillemans missed a great chance there. Excuse me, Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins missed a chance to go up 1-0. And looks like Tillemans got hurt there on that tackle. Excellent cross. Oh, Ollie Watkins just missed. That was an easy 1-0 for Aston Villa. All right, Aston Villa regrouping. Oh, that was a hard tackle there. Matty Cash on the ground there. That was aggressive tackling by Destiny Udogie. The ref having a word with him, but looks like he's not gonna get any kind of disciplinary action for that one. Just a talking to from the ref, and it'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. We are almost 4 minutes into this matchup. Matty Cash on the right to back to Konza, back to Emi Martinez, the keeper. Tottenham applying heavy pressure. Back to Torres to Digne. Digne double team, but the ball is out of bounds, and it's a throw in for Aston Villa. There's Son almost gets it back, but Tottenham with the ball. Pape Sarr with a lot of space on the left to Kulusevski. Kulusevski losing that battle. McGinn gets it for Aston Villa. Back to Konze. Tillemans. But Tillemans loses it. Betancourt. Betancourt loses the ball. Now Udoke on the left to Son. To Pape Sarr. To Betancourt. Romero pushing up into the midfield. Side by side with Betancourt. With Pape Sarr. Pape Sarr to the left. Son battling Matty Cash. Cross. Deflected. But Brennan Johnson is there. Well over the bar. That was Pedro Porro, excuse me, with that shot well over the bar. So it'll be a goal kick for Aston Villa. Oh, heavy pressure by Tom. They almost get the ball back there. Oh, Konzo, nice move on Papazar. And there's Onana. Onana gets by three players there. Onana to Mason Rogers. Mason Rogers on the right. Back to Cash. Back to Konza. To Emi Martinez. To Digne. Heavy pressure again by Tottenham. Works. Betancourt, but Villa get the ball back. Ramsey to Digne. And that'll be out. And that'll be a throw in for Aston Villa. Thank you to everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. Join the comments, join the chat. This is match day 10 of the Barclays Premier League 2024-25 season. Tottenham Hotspur hosting Aston Villa. Villa with the ball. Tillemans. Tillemans pressured, and that's a foul by Kulusevski on Tillemans. Paul Torres to Tillemans to Ramsey to Tillemans. Mason Rogers. Plenty of space for Villa. Villa attacking. McGinn. Left-footed shot. Blocked. There's Onana. Onana loses the battle to Kulusevski, and that's a foul by Onana on Kulusevski, and that'll be a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur. Udogi to Dragusin to Christian Romero, the World Cup winner for Argentina. Back to Dragusin. Again, Aston Villa looks like they're content without the ball to play the 4-4-2 formation, not applying a whole lot of pressure to the center backs for Tottenham. Whereas Tottenham, they're applying heavy pressure whenever the ball gets to the defense of Aston Villa. Looks like Villa's looking to counterattack. Romero, oh, what a pass. But a little too long there. And Son is not able to get there in time, and that will be a goal kick for Aston Villa. 8 minutes into the match, no score for either side. Still early in this matchup. There's Konza to Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez to Digne. Again, Tottenham applying heavy pressure, and that'll be off of Brennan Johnson, and that'll be a throw-in for Aston Villa. There's the manager of Aston Villa, Unai Emery, who has been absolutely sensational since coming to Aston Villa. The former Arsenal manager kind of got a raw deal at Arsenal, but he has found new life as a manager with Aston Villa. As a matter of fact, last season, Aston Villa beat Arsenal both times. Okay, here's Ramsey on the left. He's being triple teamed. He takes it back to Digne, to Pau Torres, Torres to Kanza. Villa whipping it back around. McGinn to Ali Watkins, back to Onana, to Kanza, back to Martinez. Martinez with the long ball, but nobody there to receive it for Aston Villa. So Tottenham get it back. Vicario is going to start the build-up play. Again, Villa content to sit back. They're not going to pressure the defending of Tottenham Hotspur. Looks like they're looking to counter-attack. There's Romero and Dragusin, the center backs right now, pushing forward. Son, Matty Cash all over Son. But Son gets it back out to Dragusin. Again, no pressure by Aston Villa. There's Romero to Betcourt, back to Romero to Dragusin. Dragusin, a lot of space on the left hand side. Now he's pushing up, taking advantage of the space. Nice pass to Son, but Matty Cash is there. Ball's out of bounds, and it will be a throw in for Tottenham Hotspur. Destiny Udogi with the throw in. Won by Onana. Scramble there. Onana gets the ball to Cash. Big error there by Emi Martinez. But Brennan Johnson unable to capitalize on it, and it will be a goal kick for Aston Villa. Oh, that was a foul, excuse me. So Villa with the ball, Matty Cash, the right back to McGinn. McGinn taken down by Destiny Udogi, and that will be a foul. So it'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. We're almost 12 minutes into this matchup. No score between Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa. Aston Villa was a powerhouse of a team back in the early 80s. They did win the old Division One, which is what's known as the Premier League now. They won it back in the 1980-81 season, and then the next season they proceeded to win the European Cup, which is known now as the Champions League. They won that back in 1982 over Bayern Munich. But since then, not a whole lot of success for Villa in the last 40 years. They were relegated to the EFL Championship a few years ago. Having said that, they're back in the Premier League and they look like they've established themselves as a mainstay in the Barclays Premier League. Doesn't look like they'll be relegated for a long time. There's a foul there by Ramsey on Pedro Porro, so it will be a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur. Good sportsmanship being displayed there by Ramsey. Pedro Porro looks like he's got a slight injury, but looks like he'll be able to walk it off and continue in this matchup. 13 minutes in, no score between Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur in the home white, attacking from right to left. Aston Villa in the visiting, looks like kind of like a red clarinet uniform there. For header there by Dominic Solanke, but way off course, and it'll be a goal kick for Aston Villa. Dominic Solanke kind of been a big disappointment for Tottenham Hotspur. I believe he came from Brentford in the offseason. and he's yet to kick it into high gear. Okay, good job by Tillemans there. Now he's starting to build up play to Ramsey on the left. He's battling Pedro Porro, but double teamed immediately. There's Digne. Tillemans, nice move on Kulachevsky. Back to Ramsey. Digne. Back to Torres. Aston Villa being very patient in their build-up play right now. Tottenham, as usual, putting heavy pressure. McGinn to Onana. He's been a heck of a midfielder coming from Everton this past offseason. McGinn battling with Betancourt, and that's a foul by Betancourt. Looked like he might have stepped accidentally on John McGinn's hand, but Betancourt checking on McGinn. That was a clear accidental step of the hand. No bad intentions by Betancourt. I know in yesterday's game against Brighton, the same thing happened to Ibrahim Konate. He got stepped on accidentally by his teammate Virgil van Dijk. You could see blood. He had his hand on his jersey. And you could see the blood seeping through the jersey. But at the end, that didn't look like it was too serious. And I believe Konate was able to continue in the matchup. Mason Rogers, nice pass to Tillemans. Tillemans to McGinn. McGinn should have passed it to Cash, but he doesn't. Back to Pau Torres. Now the center backs are pushing up for Villa. Cash. Back to McGinn. McGinn being pressured by Destiny Udogi. And Udogi wins that battle. And now Tottenham on the counter attack. Kulachevsky to Brennan Johnson. Cross. Oh, it's off of Digne. And it'll be a corner for Tottenham Hotspur. It all started with the great defending by Destiny Udogi. Sar with the pass to Kulachevsky. What a superb through pass for Brennan Johnson. Digne heads it out of bounds, and it'll be a corner for Spurs. This will be their first corner of the match. Pedro Porro will take the corner for Tottenham Hotspur. Looks like it'll be a short corner for Kulachevsky. Kulachevsky takes it on the sideline, and he loses it. Loses it to Ramsey. Digne, but Porro gets it back for Tottenham. Kulachevsky. Oh, good defending by Villa. There's a big scramble in the penalty area. But Aston Villa are able to hold off Tottenham at least temporarily. Son with the ball to Papisar. Christian Romero. Great crossfield pass to Son, but Matty Cash there. He slips. Sar. Son. Son, that was a weak cross, but Betancourt is there. Betancourt, that was an awful shot. That was a terrible shot. And that'll be a goal kick for Aston Villa. There's Unai Emery giving instructions to his team. So far, the keepers for this match really have not had a lot to do 18 minutes into this first half. Goal kick. Nice move by Torres. Mason Rogers with three players against him. Back to Emi Martinez. Oh, that was a risky pass. But there's Konsa on the right to Matty Cash. Pressured by Son. Matty Cash tries the long pass and nobody home. So Tom gets the ball back. Vicario. Hello, Mr. Aldi, Spurs fan in the house. Thank you for joining the Veterans Gaming Podcast. I have no dog in the fight. I'm just a Barclays Premier League fan. San to Udogi. Nice sliding tackle by Onana, and it'll be a corner for Spurs. And right now, Tottenham Hotspur knocking on the door. What's up, Mr. Aldi? Where are you chatting from, if I may ask? All right. Second corner of the first half for Tottenham Hotspur. Pedro Porro will take it. First time they just took a short corner. Let's see if they take a regular corner. And it looks like that's what it's going to be. Porro. Oh, good defending. Sar with the shot. Oh, it bounced off of Brennan Johnson, but he was offsides. So it looks like Spurs right now they're kind of picking up the pace. Good defensive header, yeah. And Brennan Johnson clearly offsides there. Now Villa, McGinn, Mason Rogers loses it. Son, Heung-min Song. Oh, what move! And that's a foul on Onana. No question about that. No question. The ref talking to Onana, but yet to show a card. Heung-min Song, one of the few players left from that 2019 Tottenham Hotspur team that got to the Champions League final. As a matter of fact, I think he might be the only player left from that team, which was coached by Mauricio Pochettino. Okay, Kulachevsky in the penalty area. Kulachevsky with the move. Tries to make a pass. Defended by Aston Villa, and it'll be another corner for Tottenham Hotspur. This will be their third corner of the first half, 21 minutes in. It'll be Kulachevsky taking the corner. Corner. Sar misses the shot. Totally whiffs, but he gets the ball back to to Christian Romero, back to Sar, to Betancourt, to Pape Zar. Pape Zar attacking, going to the left, to Betancourt, to Romero. Betancourt with lots of space. Takes a shot. Oh, off the top of the net. That was almost 1-0 Tottenham right there. Good shot. Mm, that was close. Almost 1-0 there for Tottenham Hotspur. Admonson, good to hear from you. My man from Poland. Thanks for watching. Thank you, sir. All right, we are about 25 minutes into the match. Still no score. That was a strong challenge by McGinn on Destiny Udogi. Tottenham with the ball. We are almost 23 minutes into the first half. Drag us in. Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro with the long pass to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson's there against Lucas Digne. Tottenham building up. Pedro Porro back to Brennan Johnson. Porro to Christian Romero. Destiny Udogi. Heung-min Son. Oh, Onana was there. And that's a foul by Destiny Udogi, and that'll be a goal kick. Onana still down. Very physical challenge there by Destiny Udogi. Adisman, how's it going out there in Poland? Hope everything's going all right over there. It's probably like what, 2, 3:30 in the afternoon out there. All right. Tottenham with the ball. Oh, plenty of space. Kulachevsky to Udogi to Son. Son on the left, battling Matty Cash. Back to Udogi. Udogi to Betancourt. Betancourt, nice pass. But Digne is there, heads it to Emi Martinez and Aston Villa with possession. Pau Torres starts it up. Great pass to Mason Rogers. Mason Rogers, very nice young player. No, and that is a foul by Papezar on Mason Rogers. So that'll be a free kick for the villains. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true, Addisman. But I'm I'm not a political guy, so. But yeah, it's crazy over here. Trust me, it's really crazy. All right, Villa with the free kick. I think Tillemans is going to take the kick. Free kick, no one there for Villa, and Vicario gets the ball. And look at this, plenty of space for Tottenham. Great throw by Vicario. Kulachevsky, lots of space on the right against Cash. Cross. Oh, that was almost a chance there. Solanke had a chance. Justin Udogi to Pape Sarr. Christian Romero. Oh, nice through pass to Brennan Johnson. Oh, that was going to be 1-0, but Emi Martinez, cool, calm, and collected, dives for the ball. Oh, okay. It looked like he was offside anyway. Yeah, clearly there was at least two Tottenham players offside on that pass. All right, Pau Torres to Tillemans to Onana to Matty Cash on the right. Back to Onana. Onana with Papizar on him. Great pass to Ramsey. Ramsey goes down, and that's a foul. That's a foul by Betancourt on Ramsey. Free kick for Villa. Tillemans takes it. Tillemans to Kanza to Matty Cash to McGinn, who's battling Udogi and Son, and he loses it. Papezar. Now Tottenham trying to counterattack. And Ali Watkins fouls Papezar. Quite frankly, right now, Tottenham have been the better side in this first half against Aston Villa, but no one has scored yet. Right. Brennan Johnson, Betancourt, Dragusin, Dragusin going into the empty space. Pass to Son on the left. Son has been quiet, quite frankly. Matty Cash has kept them under wraps so far. Betancourt back to Christian Romero. Again, Aston Villa content to sit back, absorb the pressure. Brennan Johnson back to Romero to Dragazin to Christian Romero. What a pass. What a pass to Pedro Porro. But Tottenham loses it. Great sliding tackle by Betancourt, and it'll be a throw in for Aston Villa. And it's a good thing Ramsey was there, and that could have set up an opportunity for Aston Villa. All right, Kanza back to Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez to Lucas Digne. Digne to Tillemans. Now they're back to attacking on the right. Matty, Matty Cash, lots of space. Onana to Torres. Ramsey, Digne on the left. Passes it to Tillemans. Tillemans with space. Great pass. Oh, and that's deflected. That'll be a corner. Ramsey with a shot there. And that'll be a corner for Aston Villa. I think this is going to be Aston Villa's first corner of the first half. Clearly, it deflects off of Dragusin. Nice move. That might have gone in had it not been for the deflection. For Jacob Ramsey. All right, corner for Villa. Tillemans with the corner. Punched out by Vicario. Right to Tillemans. Tillemans. Digne. Digne. Great cross. Header. Off the post and off the keeper. Oh, that was almost 1-0 for Villa. Great header by Onana. But a great save by Vicario. It hit the post and then it hit Vicario. And it was cleared by Tottenham. Oh, hit the post first. And then off of Vicario. No, actually, no. Vicario hit it, hit the ball, and then it went off the post. Okay, from that angle, it hit the post, then Vicario. Udogie clears it, and that'll be another corner for Villa. Ooh, that should have been 1-0 Aston Villa right there. Shout out to Ray Bold, my main Aston Villa fan. Hope you're watching, Ray. Good to And if you are, get in the chat. Let me know. Let me know how you're doing. All right, corner for Villa. There's Vicario, the keeper, jockeying for position. Lots of pushing and shoving in that penalty area on both teams. It's looking like a boxing match instead of a soccer match. Corner taken. And it's 1-0 Aston Villa. Mason Rogers. 1-0 Aston Villa. And if this result holds up, and if Aston Villa are able to win this game, they will move up into third ahead of Nottingham Forest and Arsenal. And Aston Villa would be in third with 21 points, only 2 points behind Man City and 4 points behind Liverpool. Corner taken by Digne. It hit Betancourt and then it hit the keeper right into the lap of Mason Rogers. Mason Rogers with a simple tap in. And that has been the weak point of Tottenham. Corners and set pieces. And boy, that was an easy tap in. There's no way Mason Rogers could have missed that. And so it will be 1-0 Aston Villa on the road against Tottenham. All right, Udogie. Oh, you know the Tottenham fans are got to be disappointed, obviously. Aston Villa on the road, leading Tottenham 1-0, 32 minutes into the first half. Let's see if Tottenham can find the way to tie this game. There's Emi Martinez there to clean up the mess. Ange Postecoglou, the manager of Tottenham, not looking too happy, understandably so. Drag us in there. Son to Betancourt, great pass. Destiny Udogie using his blazing speed on the left flank. But he's double teamed by Mason Rogers and Onana. And now McGinn with the ball for Villa. McGinn loses the ball there. Now Betancourt to Son on the left touch line. To drag us in. Pedro Porro, Betcourt to Dragusin, Son on the left with the cross, right to Emi Martinez. Again, Matty Cash, the right back for Aston Villa, has done a good job of shutting down Hung-Min Sun. It hit, okay, at first it hit Brennan Johnson on that corner, then Betancourt, and then it was cleared by Vicario, but right into the lap of Mason Rogers for the goal. Digne clears it, and that'll be out. No. Okay, it's out now. It'll be Tottenham ball. Now Dragusin, Papesar. 35 minutes into this first half. Son on the left with Cash. Back out to Destiny Udogi. Udogi to Papesar. Christian Romero with space. Betancourt in the middle. Nice pass. Pedro Porro is there. Lucas Digne on him. Tottenham down 1-0. Porro with the cross off of Digne, and it'll be a corner for Tottenham Hotspur. Corner. Digne with a defensive header to Kulusevski. Kulusevski to Brennan Johnson in the penalty area. Blocked by Ollie Watkins. Back to Villa. Ramsey. Digne. Tielemans. Tielemans. Oh, what a pass to McGinn. McGinn off the deflection. Loses it. Betancourt there for Tottenham. Tottenham on the attack to Hungman Son against Cash. Great dribbling. But Onana clears it, and it'll be another corner for Tottenham Hotspur. And looks like this match is about to pick up after that goal from Mason Rogers. Again, if you're watching live on watching me on Facebook Live or on YouTube, feel free to join the chat as well as on X. Feel free to join. Okay, corner. Pedro Porro. Caught by Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez, despite his controversial nature, quite frankly, he is one of the better goalkeepers of this era. And obviously a world champion for Argentina. There's a look at Ange Postecoglou not looking too happy right now. This would not be a good result for Tottenham Hotspur. Mason Rogers to Watkins. Watkins loses that battle to Christian Romero. Papezar. Kulichevsky with Tillemans on him. Kulichevsky to the right flank. Pushing up. Gets past Tillemans. Kulichevsky. Low cross. Loses the ball. Good defending by Onana. And it's cleared. And Porro with the ball on the right side. Back to Christian Romero. To Dragusin. To Udogi. To the captain. Hungman Son. Gets by Cash there, but the passing was ineffective. Villa get the ball back. Ollie Watkins to Tilleman. To Ramsey. Against Pedro Porro. Back to Digne. To Pau Torres. Pau Torres. To Onana. Oh, what a sweet move on Sar. Creating a bunch of space. spun him around. A strong tackle by Betancourt. That's going to be a late foul called by the ref. Free kick for Aston Villa. Villa asking for a yellow card, but to no avail. That looked like a good clean tackle there by Betancourt. But on the slow mo, it looked like he did get a piece of Onana before he got a piece of the ball. So that will be a free kick for Aston Villa, up 1-0 on Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham sitting in 10th right now, and if Brentford win their match, that will drop Tottenham down to 11th. Cash on the right. Tillemans tried a through pass, failed, and it's Kulichevsky with the ball. On the left, long cross. McGinn is there to Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez with the long punt. Romero beats out Watkins. Watkins has been had a very quiet first half. He's been shut down for Aston Villa, much like Heung-min Son has been shut down for Tottenham. Destiny Udogie on the left. Again, Heung-min Son battling Matty Cash. Son going to the middle. Pape Sarr. Destiny Udogie on the left. Pape Sarr. Heung-min Son back to Sarr. Tillemans. Now Villa on the counter. Now Watkins. Watkins there against Dragusin. Step over to Tillemans. All that through pass did not work. Three defenders there for Tottenham, and now Tottenham on the counter attack. To Brennan Johnson. That was a great chance for Villa. Now Brennan Johnson. Oh, Solanke can't get a hold of the ball, and now Villa with a chance to counter. I'm sure Villa will be happy to leave the first half with a 1-0 win, 1-0 lead, excuse me. But I'm sure going up 2-0 won't be a particular complaint to Aston Villa. Oh, Ramsey loses the ball, but Matty Cash having a great match. Intercepts it to McGinn. McGinn to Mason Rogers. Rogers to Watkins. Oh, almost. He really didn't get a good foot on the ball there when he kicked it. Ollie Watkins. That could have been a much better finish, even with Romero on him. Not a great shot. All right. Tottenham on the counter with Humming Son. Now Mason Rogers on him to Papezar. Papezar to Pedro Porro. We're nearing the end of the first half. Betancourt, Destiny Udogie to Heung-min Son. Again, Matty Cash has blanketed Heung-min Son in the first half. Lucas Digne, excuse me, Udogie. Betancourt with a shot. Oh, another one over the bar. That was another good shot. Another really good shot by Betancourt. He had one earlier that went over the bar as well. What's up, Adam? Good to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you for the like. All right. Ah, man. That should have been a much better finish by Ollie Watkins. All right, 43 minutes into the first half. 1-0 Aston Villa. 7 shots overall for Villa, 6 for Tottenham. Romero clears it to Matty Cash. Matty Cash to McGinn. McGinn tries the pass to Matty Cash, fails to Onana to Cash. Great retention of the ball by Villa. Onana to Cash. McGinn. McGinn fouled by Destiny Udogie. There's James Madison who hasn't been getting a lot of playing time for Tottenham as of late. Who knows why? Right, we have a little bit of a lull in the action. We are another minute and a half left in the first half. Matty Cash with the throw in, cleared by Romero. Let's see what Tottenham can do here. They are really having a tough time in this first half. Right up until the point the goal was scored, Tottenham had been the bit of a better team, to be honest. But that goal that they gave up looks like it's basically knocked the legs out from under them. And it's looking like Aston Villa will walk into the end of the first half, will walk into halftime, excuse me, with the lead. We've got 1 minute of added time. Matty Cash with the throw in for Villa. Vicario is there, and he'll hold on to it. There's Udogi. Tottenham attacking much more to the left. Udogi with a bad pass. Onana is there to Mason Rogers, to Tillemans. Jacob Ramsey. Back to Digne. Back to Pau Torres. To Onana. Oh, Onana loses it. To Sar. Kulachevsky. To Solanke. Solanke with the shot blocked. To Ramsey. Oh, that was their chance. And there's the halftime whistle. And after one half of action from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the visitors, Aston Villa, lead Tottenham Hotspur 1-0. The goal off the corner by Mason Rogers in the 32nd minute. So that's the end of the first half. Again, Aston Villa, the visitors, leading 1-0 over Tottenham Hotspur. We'll be right back with the second half of this matchup here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. By the way, this is the first half of my first ever doubleheader. After this match, it will be Manchester United versus Chelsea. So keep it here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. All right, I am back on the Veterans Gaming Podcast, and we are getting ready for the second half of Tottenham versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa leading 1-0 going into the second half on a goal from a corner kick by Mason Rogers. If that result holds up and Aston Villa hold on to win, Aston Villa will leap from fifth to third in the Barclays Premier League standings. They will be in third with 21 points, and that will drop Nottingham Forest to fourth with 19 points, and Arsenal will drop to fifth with 18 points. And then we've got obviously the Chelsea Manchester United matchup, and that will be coming up next after we're done with this podcast. So today it will be a Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa doubleheader. So we will be here a while here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. This will be my first ever Barclays Premier League doubleheader. Thank you to everybody that has watched me on YouTube today. What a fantastic response I have gotten. Thank you so much to everybody on YouTube around the world. Thank you for your support for this channel, the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching this channel. Uh, man, not only am I about to break the record for most views on YouTube for my Barclays Premier League. I'm about to shatter that record. That record is going out the window big time. And at the rate we're going, I might end up breaking my overall record for views for all my podcasts, including my NFL ones, at the rate we're going. So thank you to everybody on YouTube that is watching. Again, the second half is about to begin. Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur. Coming up next, Manchester United versus Chelsea. It'll be the first game in charge of Manchester United for Ruud van Nistelrooy. Manchester United have hired Ruben Amorim, who will be taking over towards the end of the month. So Ruud van Nistelrooy just basically a temporary caretaker at this time. The second half has kicked off. Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa. Oh, that's close. That's very close for Emi Martinez to be handling it outside of the penalty area. But that looked like a good no call there. So the ball does not go out of the penalty area, so that will not be a penalty for Tottenham. So Aston Villa with the build-up, Digne. Heavy pressure by Tottenham. Oh, nice move by Jacob Ramsey. Beats out Betancourt. Watkins gets past Dragonson to Onana. Off of McGinn to Matty Cash to Onana. Onana back to Konza. Back to Pau Torres. To Ollie Watkins, who's been very quiet in this game. Excuse me, that was Ramsey. And that's a foul by Ollie Watkins on Christian Romero. Ollie Watkins has not been a factor at all today. Despite that, that was a very strong challenge. Despite that, it is 1-0 Aston Villa early in the second half. There'll be a free kick for Tottenham. Romero, nice through pass. Porro, the pass is intercepted. But Porro gets it back. Porro battling Ramsey. No foul called. Mason Rogers tried the through pass, but Romero was there. The fans booing the no call. Pedro Porro, long pass. And that's what is that call? That looked like that was a foul on Mason Rogers. Well, Betancourt with a very strong challenge, clattering the leg of Mason Rogers. Now Mason Rogers limping, but looks like he will be okay to continue playing. For the second half, Tottenham in the home white, attacking from left to right. Aston Villa in their usual clarinet tops, they will be attacking from right to left. 3 minutes into the second half, and now Tottenham trying to build up an attack. Dragusin to Destiny Udogi. They're concentrating their attacks on the left with Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son with a cross. And it's tied. Brennan Johnson. Great cross by Heung-min Son. Heung-min Son, who'd been shut out in the first half. Not anymore. 1-1. Beautiful cross. That was an extraordinary cross. And Spurs are level with Aston Villa 1-1. Heung-min Son gets just enough space. Just enough space away from Matty Cash. And Brennan Johnson is there. Solanke probably would have scored as well if it hadn't been for Johnson. So it might have been. But nevertheless, Brennan Johnson gets it by Emi Martinez. And Ange Postecoglou, the manager of Tottenham, loving that. Now, Tottenham with momentum. Kulichevsky blocked off by Pau Torres, but that will be a corner for Tottenham. And now Spurs with the momentum early in the second half. Kulichevsky will take the corner. Corner for Tottenham. Martinez is there. Tillemans. Lots of space for Matty Cash. Back to Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez to Ramsey. Now the counter. Tillemans. Oh, good defending there by Destiny Udogi because that would have been a clear chance for Villa. Now Son on the left. Now Udogi against Cash. Spins Cash around. Udogi. Dominic Solange. All good save by Martinez. Good save. That should have been a better finish by Dominic Solanke. Udogi spins Cash. Solange gets the shot past Conze. It was a low bouncing shot, but Martinez is there. And it is still 1-1. Cleared. Oh, nice move by Son on Onana. Son with the move on Tillemans. Now Kulichevsky. Porro attacking as well. Died by Onana. Okay, that looked like it might have been on a, looked like it might have been offsides. Okay, it was offsides. You can hear the crowd coming alive at Tottenham Stadium, cheering on their home Spurs. Pau Torres to Matty Cash. to McGinn. McGinn battling Destiny Udogi. McGinn holds off Udogi. Cash. Now Mason Rogers loses it. Son. Son. Tillemans. And that's a foul by Tillemans on a Heung-min Song. So Tottenham Hotspur will get a free kick. And right now, it's Tottenham Hotspur with all the momentum after tying up this matchup. So this will be a free kick for Spurs. Sar to Destiny Udogi. Christian Romero. Long pass. Too strong. That'll be a goal kick for Aston Villa. 53 minutes into this matchup. It's a goal kick. And Ollie Watkins battling Romero. Ollie Watkins fights off Romero. Sliding tackle. And that's going to be a yellow card on Pedro Porro. Ollie Watkins showing his strength there. Big time challenge by Pedro Porro. Clatters Ollie Watkins, and that'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. That was an old school challenge right there by Pedro Porro, but he picks up a yellow. It'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. It'll be taken by Tillemans. Mr. Free kick. Tillemans. McGinn. Oh, just miss, making it 2-1. Oof, wasn't off by much. That would have been a sizzling goal. Okay, we're going to have some substitutions here for Tottenham. It'll be a double substitution. Okay, and it looks like the captain, Heung-min Son, is coming off. Bissouma is coming in for Betancourt. Pedro Porro will take the captain's armband. And Richarlison, the former Everton striker, he'll come in for Heung-min Son. Ange Postecoglou showing guts, taking out the captain, whose cross led to the goal that tied this matchup. Now Aston Villa applying pressure to the defense. Dragusin to Richarlison. Richarlison looked like he was fouled, but nothing is called. Basuma to Brennan Johnson, intercepted by Lucas Digne to Tillemans, back to Digne. Digne to Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez, uh-oh. Pape Sarr intercepts it. Pedro Porro with the cross. Pau Torres is there. Villa get possession back. Watkins, Mason Rogers can't quite clear it. Basuma is there. And Tottenham regroups Destiny Udogi with Richarlison on the left. Richarlison against McGinn. McGinn, stronger, wins that battle to Mason Rogers. Mason Rogers gets by 3, gets by 4 Tottenham players. Oh, another strong tackle there. That's by Christian Romero. And that's going to be another yellow card. Christian Romero now with the captain's armband. A very strong challenge on Mason Rogers. What a revelation Mason Rogers has been. Oh yeah, he clearly didn't go for the ball. And Christian Romero will get a yellow card. And it'll be a free kick for Aston Villa. You are watching the Veterans Gaming Podcast. This is the first half of my Barclays Premier League doubleheader. Tottenham Hotspur hosting Aston Villa. Game is tied at 1 in the 58th minute. Coming up next after this one, it will be Manchester United hosting Chelsea at Old Trafford. Son looking frustrated after being substituted. But quite frankly, other than that cross to tie the game, he had been getting shut down by Matty Cash, if we're being honest. Okay, Christian Romero looks like he's hurt. And Matty Cash for Aston Villa, he looks like he's hurt as well. He's grabbing his calf. Christian Romero had lost his shoe, and it looks like Matty Cash is gonna go to the sideline for treatment. I don't know if he's gonna be subbed off. Unai Emery calling on the bench. Looks like there will be a. Looks like there might be a substitution. Mason Rogers also limping. But that's understandable because he's had a couple of strong challenges laid out against him in this second half. Again, 1-1, Tottenham versus Aston Villa. It's a noticeable limp. Christian Romero down on the ground. He's asking to be subbed off. So we've got multiple injuries on the pitch here in the 60th minute. So we'll have quite a few minutes of stoppage time, I'm sure. All right, looks like Matty Cash is done for the day. Uh, Romero's still down. So that's another substitution. Romero is gone. He had just had the captain's armband put on him. So he's done for the afternoon. So Ben Davies will come in for Christian Romero. Look at Papazar but Onana as they're showing his speed. Diego Carlos has just come on for Aston Villa. Onana looks like he took a shot there. He took a shot to the head, and so he's on the ground. So Diego Carlos has just come in for Matty Cash. So there's been three substitutions for Tottenham and one for Aston Villa. Looks like Onana might have took a shot earlier in that challenge, but he is back on his feet and looks like he will stay in the matchup. Throwing for okay, so the ball will go back to Aston Villa, and Aston Villa will begin their build up. Unai Emery to Digne. Digne almost loses the ball there, being double teamed. Onana to Pau Torres to Digne. Digne loses the ball to Basuma, but Tillemans is there. And now Aston Villa with a counter. Ramsey to the left with Papizar. Papizar with the challenge. That'll be a free kick for Aston Villa in the 63rd minute. That was a good call. Jacob Ramsey having a very good match on the left wing for Aston Villa, taken down by Papizar. Free kick taken by Tillemans. And this has been the weak point of Tottenham, these free kicks and corners. Tillemans, look at this. Oh, it was deflected off a Villa player, and it'll be a goal kick for Tottenham. Oh, McGinn was wide open, and it bounced off of Mason Rogers. Okay, Richarlison battling Konza. Destiny Udoge to Papizar. Back to Ben Davies. To Vicario to Dragusin. Ben Davies, I think he's the only other player for Tottenham that was on that 2018-19 squad that got to the Champions League final. Konza, Diego Carlos. Diego Carlos loses it to Richarlison. What was that? Charleston with the cross to Tillemans. Tillemans gets it, and it's to Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez with a long throw to Ali Watkins. Ali Watkins against Dragusin on the left. Watkins tries to get past him, but Pedro Porro is there. And it's off of Watkins, and it'll be a throw in for Tottenham. Ali Watkins, again, has not had a good match for Aston Villa. Okay. Destiny Udogi on the left, Richarlison with lots of space against Konza. Richarlison blocked. The shot's blocked by Konza. And Davies. Papisar to Basuma. Now Tottenham whipping it around from left to right. Dragusin to Brennan Johnson. But Ramsey is there. It'll be a throw in for Tottenham midway through the second half. Be a throw in for Pedro Porro. Porro to Kulachevsky. Papezar. Richarlison against Kanza in the penalty box. Papezar. Oh, just wide. Just wide. Good effort there by Papezar. And it'll be a goal kick for Aston Villa. And looks like Mason Rogers is down. He had been limping noticeably just a few minutes ago. So he's laying on the ground, getting treatment. Rogers looks like he's in quite a bit of pain. Right now, as things stand, Aston Villa would move up to fourth ahead of Arsenal and behind Nottingham Forest. Mason Rogers back up on his feet, but still limping. So it looks like we're going to have another substitution. And it looks like John Duran, the super sub, is about to come in for Aston Villa. There's Mason Rogers coming off the pitch. And there's John Duran getting ready to come onto the pitch. John Duran, the 20-year-old from Colombia. And there's Unai Emery giving him some final instructions. Mason Rogers does not look happy about being subbed off. With that being said, you can see that he was having a tough time getting around. Dragusin for Tottenham. Good defending there by Lucas Digne. We're heading into the 70th minute here. We're going to have a few minutes of injury time. There's Pedro Porro. Throw in. And it'll be Aston Villa ball. A very, very upset Mason Rogers, obviously. Duran. Duran fights off three players there, but Papizar is there for Tottenham. Kulichevsky to Brennan Johnson on the right wing. Cross. A weak cross. And Emi Martinez calmly claims that cross. To Pau Torres. Digne. Heavy pressure by Tottenham. Bad pass. Papizar. But it's intercepted by Tillemans. And now Villa with a chance to counter. McGinn, who's on the right side now. What a cross to Ramsey. Ramsey, low cross. Oh, Ollie Watkins goes right past it. That could have been 2-1 Aston Villa. And now Tottenham with a chance to counter. Pedro Porro, a lot of space on the right. He's pushing up. Crosses it on all the way to the other side to Richarlison. Kanza on him. Richarlison crosses it. No one there. No one home for Tottenham. Richarlison saying that there was a deflection. The official not buying that. And it'll be a goal kick for Aston Villa. It's hard to tell from that angle. 71 minutes into this matchup, 1-1. Martinez with the goal kick. Ollie Watkins wins that challenge, but he unable to get past Destiny Udogi. Richarlison to Basuma. A chance for Tottenham. Basuma to Udogi. Udogi with the long cross to Digne. Digne holding off Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro to Brennan Johnson. Back to Porro. Back to Brennan Johnson. To Basuma. To Papizar. To Kulichevsky. Kulichevsky battling Tillemans. Pedro Porro to Johnson. Pedro Porro blocked by Digne. And Digne clears it. It'll be a throw in for Tottenham Hotspur. Pedro Porro. Porro with the throw into Kulichevsky. Kulichevsky can't get past Pau Torres. Pau Torres clears it. John Duran. And it's cleared, and it'll be Aston Villa ball. That'll be, that's out of bounds. That'll be goal kick for, excuse me, a throw in for Tottenham. Ben Davies to Papazar. Papazar pressured by Onana to the left to Richarlison. Back to Papazar. Papazar plenty of space on the left. Udogi back to Papazar. Basuma. Dragusin. Back to Basuma. Basuma to the left for Udogi. But McGinn is there to hold him off. And now, Onana. Onana, long pass to Watkins. Oh, good job by Ben Davies because that was a clear chance for Ali Watkins. Papazar to, oh, Solanke, that's a goal. And that looked like he's onside. And that's 2-1 for Tottenham. That looked like he was clearly onside. And Dominic Solange chips it over the keeper. And it is 2-1 Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur have taken the lead with 15 minutes, basically 15 minutes left in the match. Nice build up by Tottenham. It all started with Ben Davies saving it right there because that was a clear chance for Watkins. Papazar to Brennan Johnson. Nice soft touch pass to Dominic Solange. Clearly onside. He was right there, even with basically even with Kanza, and that's a goal. There's no way they're going to call that offside. So it'll be 2-1 Spurs ahead of Aston Villa with 15 minutes left. Clearly onside. VAR check, and it is 2-1. Tottenham Hotspur. The third goal of the year for Dominic Solange. It was Kulusevski, I'm sorry, with the pass. So he'll get credited with the assist. Calmly chips Emi Martinez. And now Spurs with the heavy pressure. Pau Torres with the clearance. And it'll be Tottenham ball. Now, oh, what a pass to Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, what are you doing, dude? McGinn to Tillemans. What are you doing? Oh, Villa with two chances there. Didn't take them. Digne. Ramsey onside. Ramsey to Tillemans. Cross. Diego Carlos. Cleared by Tottenham. McGinn. McGinn. Diego Carlos to Tillemans. Oh, what was Ollie Watkins thinking? Onana. Onana shoots well over the bar. A golden opportunity there for Villa on that counter. Now Tottenham regroup. 2-1 in the 77th minute. Dragusin to Pedro Porro. Oh, that was a risky pass to Ben Davies. Papizar. Pass is too long. Emi Martinez retrieves it. Pau Torres is there. Torres with the ball. Oh, bad pass. And Tottenham with numbers. Papizar to Richarlison to Solanke, and it's 3-1. 3-1 Tottenham. A terrible pass by Pau Torres. And that's the second goal in less than 10 minutes for Solanke. Oh, and that's on Pau Torres. An absolutely terrible pass by the Spain international. Looks like Richarlison might have gotten hurt. And that was easy does for Tottenham after that bad pass by Pau Torres. Looks like they had like a 5-on-3 pretty much. There's the pass by Torres, right to Papizar. Tottenham with numbers. Richarlison to Solange. And that's it. 3-1 Tottenham. Good pass by Papizar. Horrible defending by Villa. And Solanke with the tap in. And it looks like Tottenham Hotspur are going to walk away with a win today. Richarlison in a lot of pain. And Tottenham might be moving up to sixth in the table. Okay, there's another substitution by Aston Villa. Looks like a double substitution. Boubacar Kamara is coming in for Tillemans. Jacob Ramsey comes off. Jaden Philogene is in. And John McGinn is off also. Leon Bailey is coming in. So Aston Villa has used up all five subs. It's going to be a tough loss. And Richarlison is going to come off as well due to injury. Richarlison, who had come off for Son, looks like he pulled a hamstring on that pass. So Richarlison will come off. And let's see who comes on. Looks like James Madison is going to come on for Richarlison. And looks like Destiny Udogie is coming off. And Archie Gray will come in. He'll be playing left back and he'll be coming in for Destiny Udogie. Archie Gray, the 18-year-old, getting his opportunity now. With 8 minutes left, plus I'm sure there's going to be some stoppage time as well. And it looks like Tottenham Hotspur will pick up all 3 points in this matchup, the first half of this doubleheader today here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. A little bit later on, it will be Manchester United hosting Chelsea. Good job by Tottenham coming back from 1-0 down. They will be playing at Ipswich. They will be hosting Ipswich Town next weekend on the 10th. And then on the 23rd, they will visit Man City at the Etihad. Okay, there's the cross. Too strong. Meanwhile, Aston Villa, they will be traveling to Anfield on Saturday. And then on the 23rd, they will host Crystal Palace. And like I said, I might do that Liverpool Aston Villa game on Saturday, not sure. Digne to Philogene. Philogene wide open on the wing. Philogene, good move. Tries to cross, blocked by Dragusin. It's cleared. Kamara to Onana. Oh, not wow! Look at the space there for Bailey. Bailey. Oh, he was trying to get that corner kick, but Vicario is there. Vicario having a word with Archie Gray. Vicario now with the captain's armband for Tottenham. So with this win, Tottenham Hotspur will jump to 7. Oh, what a move. But Torres is there for Emi Martinez. So this is going to be a humongous win. A humongous win for Tottenham. Martinez to Digne. That's out for Villa. Pau Torres to Camera. Camera battling Madison. And that's a foul by Madison on camera. Camera, the 24-year-old from France. Onana. Torres. Long pass. Not good enough. And Vicario is there. And looks like Tottenham will hold on and win this matchup. In spite of the adversity they had towards the end of the first half. Overall, they have been the better team. Torres to Babacar to Onana. Kamza to Bailey. Bailey battling Archie Gray. Bailey. That'll be a corner for Aston Villa. 86 minutes into this matchup. This will be the third corner kick for Aston Villa in this matchup. And Aston Villa need to show a sense of urgency here to try to get 2 goals and at least get a draw, even though it looks super unlikely right now. Okay, Onana having a word there with Dragusin, the referee getting in between them. Corner cleared by Tottenham. It'll be a throw in for Villa. Good defending by Tottenham. It is cleared. Camera for Villa. Mm. Pass is too long for Jaden Philogene, and it'll be Tottenham ball. Unai Emery trying to keep the team motivated, even though it is looking like a lost cause right now for Aston Villa. Again, in just a little bit, the second half of this doubleheader, it will be Manchester United versus Chelsea. So keep it here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Dragusin loses it to Onana. Onana to Babacar. Digne. Philogene. Back to Camera. Camera to Digne. Digne tries to cross it. Blocked. Throw in for Aston Villa. Aston Villa running out of time. Cleared. Digne to Pau Torres. Pau Torres. Good pass. Now Philogene double team. Digne. The cross. Oh, just missed. But there's Bailey. Well defended by Tottenham. Diego Carlos. Bailey. To Kanza. To Diego Carlos. To Pau Torres. Pau Torres. Long pass to Digne. Porro is there, and it'll be a corner for Aston Villa. Yeah, it's not looking good for Aston Villa right now. Looks like they'll be walking out of here. They'll be walking out of Tottenham Stadium with a 3-1 defeat. All the big boys other than Liverpool have lost this weekend. City, Manchester City, Arsenal, and now looks like Aston Villa is going to lose. And that's going to be a goal kick. The corner failed. That'll be, wow, 10 minutes of stoppage time. Oof. And again, after this, it will be Manchester United versus Chelsea. So once I'm done here, I'll take a quick break and be right back on the air for the second half of this Barclays Premier League doubleheader. Ange Postecoglou is going to walk away with a big win tonight. Okay, Vicario to Pedro Porro. And that'll be a throw in for Villa. And Davies cleared to back to Villa. Paul Torres to Digne. Digne, a lot of space on the left to Philogene. Philogene cuts inside. Diego Carlos to Kanza to Bailey. Leon Bailey to Diego Carlos to Camera. Back to Diego Carlos. Excuse me, to Kanza. Camera. Oh, John Duran fell, lost his opportunity. Kulusevski to Sar. Basuma. Basuma to Pau Pezar, who's had an excellent match in the midfield. Dragusin. Brennan Johnson Johnson, good move to Papizar. Papizar to Kulachevsky, who's on the left now. To Papizar. Madison. Archie Gray to Papizar. Kulachevsky. Kulachevsky falls in the penalty area, but nothing's going to get called on that. Emi Martinez clears it. Now Basuma to Papizar to Bazuma. Archie Gray. Back to Ben Davis to Dragusin. Now Papizar loses it to Bailey, to Diego Carlos, to Martinez. No real sense of urgency for Aston Villa right now. Torres intercept, loses the ball. There's a foul on Brennan Johnson by Philogene. Nice job by Solanke to take the ball away from Paul Torres there. Again, no real sense of urgency for Aston Villa. So they'll walk out with a loss. And going into the game against Liverpool next week, it's a tall order. It'll be a tall order for Aston Villa, the way Liverpool have been playing. And they'll be going into Anfield. Madison. Solanke, that'll be a free kick. Fouled by Diego Carlos. And now Diego Carlos and Dominique Solanke having some words in front of the penalty area. So this will be a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur midway through the 10 minutes of stoppage time. And quite frankly, the air has gone out of the balloon for Aston Villa in this second half. They were leading 1-0 at the start. A goal right after halftime by Brennan Johnson off the great cross by Heung-min Son. And then 2 goals by Dominic Solange. And that's a wrap for Aston Villa. Tottenham Hotspur will move up from 10th to 7th place in the standings. This might be their biggest win of the year. Madison. And it's 4-1. What a beautiful free kick. And James Madison, who hasn't been getting a lot of playing time, but what a spectacular goal. This could be the start of something for James Madison and for Tottenham. What a dominant win. And a dominant second half for Spurs. Spurs will play Galatasaray in the Europa League, and that'll be on Thursday. And then this coming Sunday, next Sunday, beautiful, beautiful free kick. Just shave the inside of the, it doesn't even touch the post. Wow, that's a fantastic free kick. Left Emi Martinez just standing there. Wow, beautiful free kick. So again, in the Europa League, Tottenham will be going to Turkey, to Istanbul to play Galatasaray. And then next week, On the 10th, they will be hosting Ipswich Town, a match they should win. And then on the 23rd, they will go to the Etihad and they will be visiting Manchester City, the four-time defending Premier League champions. That looked like a foul there by Philogene. So we've just got a couple of minutes left of injury time. You can see in the look on Unai Emery's face. He knows it's over. Tottenham have completely dominated the second half. Once that goal went in for Brennan Johnson to tie the game, it just seemed to have a snowball effect. And now less than 2 minutes left of injury time. And again, this is the first half of my doubleheader today. The second half will be Manchester United hosting Chelsea from Old Trafford. Right now, Chelsea's sitting in sixth with 17 points. Manchester United sitting in 13th with 11 points. Ruud van Nistelrooy, his first game in charge of Manchester United, replacing the fired Eric Ten Hag. Ruben Amorim will take charge of Manchester United starting, I believe, on the 19th of November. And Chelsea been playing well. They have a chance to move up to third with a win against Manchester United today at Old Trafford. Looks like the Aston Villa fans are clearing out. Oh, Tom was going for the 5-1 there. Not gonna. I didn't. Oh, okay. What's up, Adamsman? I did not know that Legia Warsaw had beaten Aston Villa. I'm gonna assume that that might have been in the Europa League. I don't know. I don't even know how recent that match was. And that's it. The final whistle. Sportsmanship between the managers. Nothing but respect. And Tottenham Hotspur beat Aston Villa 4-1. So that's gonna piss off Mason Rogers a lot more, especially since he got substituted. All right, so that's it for the first half of this doubleheader. Again, Tottenham Hotspur will move up into eighth with the win over Aston Villa. Keep it right here in just a few minutes. We're going to have the second half of my Barclays Premier League doubleheader watch along. It will be Manchester United, Manchester United from Old Trafford against the red hot Chelsea team. So I'll be right back in a few minutes with the second half of this doubleheader here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast.